Health kick 2.0, getting myself back in shape. Rice, chicken, water. So we did have a Yorkshire pudding, which I've eaten. We did have 2 full chicken breasts, which I've eaten. Cruz has cut those carrots, dropped it on the mat, and then we have new potatoes. And now the boy is trying to take the phone off me. But guys, out of 10, what do you rate this dinner? What do you rate it out of 10, darling, again? I'll turn the camera around. Isabella, what do you rate it? -10. Isabella's giving it a -10. I've given it a 10 out of 10, guys. Now my boy is trying to take me somewhere, so. It's 8 o'clock on a Wednesday, which means Inner Circle, if I'm looking over here, guys, I'm looking at the cameras there. Inner Circle live Zoom, breaking down a member's property tonight. I'm going to be talking about GDV and refurb costs, structural issues, parking, supported living, all sorts of things. Wednesday evenings for the Inner Circle, exceptional value for money. Come and see what I was going to do with one of my developments and how I've changed it into something else. This house was going to be transformed into a multitude of things when I first bought it, okay? And then I decided I was going to turn it into a 3-bedroom house, flip it and sell it. Now, I've just put change of use in for it to be transferred from a residential house to a children's care home. And I will have 1 bedroom for the child, 1 bedroom for the carer. I will have an office, I will have a supply room, I have a kitchen, I will have bathrooms, I will have en-suites. And I am going into a whole new world in 2026. I am building children's care homes. I am going to become Ofsted registered. We have certain level managers in place on full-time employment that are needed. And it's a whole new version of what I wanted to build when I got into this industry, but it was supported living that I've done for a very long time. Now I'm changing up. Sometimes things happen in life that lead you down a new path, and in property you have to pivot. And we've had a portfolio for as long as I can remember where we've been landlords with supported living, social housing, emergency housing, private tenants. And 2026, I've got to pivot. I've got to do different things. I've got to move into different aspects of the property world because I don't want it to be stale. And children's care is something that I've heard a lot about, and I've been very reluctant to do it for a few years. And now I feel as though it's the right time to do it. This wall here has got a lot of damp in it, and I need it to be treated correctly. So I will have a damp-proof membrane put over. I will then have a cavity built where I will fill it with insulation. I will then put my plasterboards on, and that will stop any future damp problems with that wall right there. As you can see, I don't know if you can see on camera, but it is soaking wet and it needs drying out. That's something that I need to fix and it needs to be done. I have a steel here that needs to be fireboarded before I plaster. So that's going to be sorted out in the next few weeks. I built a really cool utility room down the back of there with a downstairs toilet and stuff. There's a cellar down here as well. If you come through here, we have another steel fitted. All these have been passed off by building control. And I have a really great big house that I've just left for that long. One, cash flow, I couldn't do it. I wasn't there. Secondly, my head wasn't in it. I wasn't there with my brain. I've buried my head in the sand, and I just left things just to sit and fester. And again, it has knock-on effects, guys. You know, there's bridging costs, there's extensions, there's so much that goes into it that people don't understand and don't see. And my confidence was knocked, I'll be honest with you. And that's a real big thing for someone like me to admit. My confidence has been at an all-time low. And it's mad because I know who I am and I know what I can do. And I know a lot of people are wondering about my education, the property circle, the way that I have blown up in this sector for the last 3 years, taken it to whole new heights and stuff like that. Am I still going to continue with it after what's happened to me on social media?
Hell yes. Hell yes. I have a vision. I have a goal. My goal was always to add value to people's lives. And what I've realised is my education is good. My education is great. My education is on a whole different level. I now need to make it affordable to the masses, because the thing about the education sector is everyone's out to make the big bucks. Everyone's trying to charge 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, 25, 50,000 pound. I'm going to make it affordable, and I'm going to let people who do it be my referrers, let people know how good I am at what I do. And it needs to be affordable, because the climate of the economy right now means that people are scared to pay for education, and the sector's been tarnished. It's been absolutely dragged through the mud. Everyone's exposing everybody. Everyone's making, videos about everybody. Always remember this. If somebody's out there exposing people, somebody's out there, dragging other people down, they're doing it because that's how they feel that they need to let people be aware. They've had a bad experience. They want others to know. You need to make your own judgments based on your own things, because the people out there exposing people, they're not bad people. Still here, standing on, and I will not let people down. And my education, judge for yourself in the next 12 months. Health kick 2.0, getting myself back in shape. Rice, chicken, water. This health thing, I think once I get myself in the right mind frame and I get myself in a better position where I can think, then I can probably start looking after my health a little bit better. But from the previous house where I just met a contractor, and I was talking about just what happened the first time I got attacked on social media. I'm really glad that we're filming this in here and we're not actually having this conversation somewhere where it's just us, because it's very emotional and it touches, it's really, really close to the bone. Now, the internet have jumped all over me like I'm some sort of animal. I'm sitting here on my own again. I'm always on my own. Everywhere I go, I'm on my own. I'm never hiding. I'm always out and about. People respect me. They treat me really nice. I have great connections, similar to what happened today on a viewing. I'll touch on that later. But when we got attacked the first time, my daughter was 2 weeks old. And it affected my Isabella horrendously. It was a bad time, and these people ruined the first few months of my newborn little baby coming into the world. And when I say ruined, I mean absolutely devastated the whole family. And it's something that I'm trying to get over, and it's really difficult to see your partner in that way. And as a man, I have a responsibility, but it was horrendous. And it's been horrendous. It's actually been ruthless. It's been ruthless. But I don't want to keep going on about it because it upsets me. Physically, emotionally, mentally, it upsets me. And it is what it is. A lady wanted to join the property circle. She wanted help on deal sourcing. And Christmas is coming. And I made her an offer that she couldn't refuse. Today we've spoken and she's looking at a property in the very famous James Turner Street. Now I've got videos on YouTube about this road. If you look outside here, you can see James Turner Street has a reputation, and the properties are what they are. They're around 110 to 130,000 pounds. They rent out quick, fast, same day. It's just an area of rentals where they absolutely do amazing things. So she's found a property with Connells that's on for 140. I really like this road. a lot because I understand what it can be used for with government contracts and stuff like that. So I managed to get away from the block viewing that's happening next week, snuck in the back door and the agents got us in. We've got a viewing right now, going to go inside, get a little bit of footage for you guys, but it just goes to show with the right people you can do crazy things, because this lady was not getting in until next Thursday. Now she's got a week on the competition, so that's why I am where I am. Yes, there's electrics.
Steve, where you at, man?
James Turner Street. What a viewing. The agent was absolutely exceptional. We met that Sam, the lovely girl. She's amazing. What a viewing. What an absolutely fantastic viewing. Over the moon.
Where you going now?
To get chocolate first and then to Starbucks. Just broke down that property and purchase price is 138,000, refurbs coming in at 21,000 and the end value is coming in at 180,000. So we're gonna try and package it up with a supported living or some kind of government-backed contract to get the value in there. On Sunday, I'm really gonna talk to you guys about adding value and not just looking at the bricks and mortar. But I'm finished. It's 6 o'clock on a Friday. I'm going to go home to my family and back to work at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then back to work Sunday, and then back to work Monday, and then, yeah, you get the drift. Back to work every single day, because that's what it takes to be in the 1%.